Welcome to today's episode of Vocab Master, your go-to place for practical English vocabulary. I'm Emma, and today I've got my friend Jake here to talk about travel must-knows, the essential words, phrases, and phrasal verbs you need for a smooth journey. Whether you're planning your first trip abroad or brushing up before a big adventure, these terms will help you feel confident at every step. Jake, are you ready to get into it?
Absolutely, Emma. Travel can be stressful enough without struggling with new words and phrases. I'm excited to share some essentials with everyone.
Perfect. Today, we'll cover planning, airports, hotels, and even local dining. So let's jump right in. Let's start with planning and booking. When you're organizing a trip, you'll run into words like itinerary, reservation, and visa. Jake, want to explain a couple of these?
Sure. So, an itinerary is basically your travel plan. It's where you'll list the places you're visiting, what you're doing each day, and other details. For example, my itinerary includes 3 days in New York and 2 in Boston. And a visa is an entry document that you need to enter certain countries. Don't forget to check if you need one.
Good tips. Here's a helpful phrasal verb. Book up. If something is booked up, it means it's fully reserved. For example, the hotel was booked up, so I had to find another place. And remember to check out different travel deals online for the best prices. Next, let's talk about the airport. This is where you'll hear lots of specific words and phrases. When you arrive at the airport, you'll need your boarding pass. That's your ticket to board the plane. And, of course, you'll go through security check to have your bags inspected.
Right, and don't forget your carry-on bag. That's the small bag you're allowed to bring on the plane with you. After the flight, you'll pick up your larger bags at baggage claim.
Exactly. Now, here are a few phrasal verbs related to flights. Check in. This means to register for your flight. I checked in online. Take off. This is when the plane leaves the ground. Our flight takes off at 9 p.m. Touchdown. This means to land. We touched down in London at 10 a.m. Get through. To successfully pass security. I need to get through security quickly.
These are super useful, Emma. If you're running late, get through security is a big one. And take off and touch down really help describe the flight journey.
Once you arrive at your destination, it's time to check in at your hotel. This means to register and get access to your room. For example, I'd like to check in under the name, your name. Jake. What other terms should people know for hotels?
Let's see. There's room service, which is when you order food or other items directly to your room. And then amenities, which are extra services offered by the hotel, like a gym, pool, or breakfast.
Good points. Also, if something's complimentary, it's free. For example, is breakfast complimentary? And when it's time to leave, you'll check out, which is when you settle your bill and leave. A good question to ask when you arrive is, what time is checkout? Once you're settled in, you'll want to explore the city. Here are some phrases for getting around. Is there a bus stop nearby? How do I get to destination? Is this within walking distance?
Here's a helpful phrasal verb. Hop on. This means to quickly get on transportation, like a bus or train. We can hop on the subway from here. And if you're unsure where to go, you can always ask around. This means asking different people for directions or information.
Now let's talk about dining out. When eating at a restaurant, you might say, "Can I get the check, please?" which means asking for the bill. And if the service was good, remember to leave a tip, which is a small extra amount of money for the server.
Some other phrases you'll hear at restaurants include, "Can I make a reservation?" "Do you have any specials today?" Specials are dishes unique to that day. "I have a food allergy," if you need to mention specific dietary needs.
Great tips, Jake. Being able to communicate these needs makes dining out a lot more comfortable. So, there you have it. Today, we covered essential travel vocabulary for planning, airports, hotels, getting around, and dining. Remember, check in when you arrive, check out when you leave, and don't hesitate to ask around if you're lost.
Exactly, and learning these words will help you feel more confident in any travel situation.
Thanks for joining us today, Jake. I hope these words and phrases help everyone feel prepared for their next adventure. Safe travels, and see you next time on Vocab Master. Goodbye.
Goodbye, and happy travels, everyone.